Michael Caine, the legend who hid his tears all his life. He worked with Nolan, won Oscars, dined with the Queen, but in his voice there was sorrow, in his eyes exhaustion, and in his heart scars spoken of only in whispers. This is the story of a legendary actor who gave everything for success, including himself. Michael Caine was born in 1933 in one of London's roughest neighborhoods. His real name was Maurice Joseph Micklewhite, and the world gave him no chances. His father was a fish market porter. His mother cleaned homes. His childhood was cold, hungry, violent. I grew up in a ghetto. The boys around me either died of illness or went to jail. I just wanted to survive. At 6, he nearly died of severe rheumatic fever. Then came war. Bomb shelters. Evacuation. Fear every night. All before he turned 10. Then the army. Korea. Bullets overhead. Friends dying in his arms. He said the war made him a man in just 2 months. And when he came home, he knew. I don't want to see any more death. I want to act. To live. To dream. He took the stage name Caine, inspired by Citizen Kane. He went to auditions and got rejected. His accent? Too working class. His looks? Too plain. But he held on. Waited. Believed. Starved. Until 1964, when Zulu changed everything. And Michael Caine took off. He never came back down. The 1970s were his era. He was everywhere, from Alfie and the Italian Job to Cannes and Hollywood. Women adored him. Men copied him. He was unstoppable. But inside? Empty. He drank heavily. He feared the fame would vanish. He slept with women he couldn't name the next morning. I was famous, but completely alone. And that's the worst feeling in the world. He lived in hotel suites, stared into mirrors, and didn't recognize himself. But he kept working. Because stopping meant silence. And silence was terrifying. Everything changed the day he saw her on a coffee commercial. Shakira Baksh, a former model from Guyana. He tracked down her number. Then her heart. They married in 1973. And ever since, he said, she saved me from myself. I would have been dead by 50 if not for her. He quit drinking. Stopped chasing validation. Started making films he cared about, not just what studios wanted. And in 1976, their daughter Natasha was born. For the first time in his life, he felt truly happy. Still, tragedy followed him. The death of his beloved brother. His mother's cancer diagnosis. The loss of friends who'd once lit up the screen beside him. It teaches you to smile with your face and scream with your soul. He grew private. Turned down interviews. Laughed less. With age came spinal issues. Hearing loss. Memory lapses. But he kept acting because work was the only thing that helped him breathe. Then came the 2000s and a second chance. Director Christopher Nolan brought Michael Caine back to glory. His role as Alfred in the Dark Knight trilogy was iconic. It introduced him to a new generation. Nolan brought me back to the movies and to life. He starred in The Prestige, Inception, Interstellar. He played men who were wise, weathered, and tired because that's who he'd become. And that was his power. With each role, he was saying goodbye. To youth. To illusions. To pain. In 2023, Michael Caine announced his retirement from film. I don't want to keep acting just to exist. I want to leave while I can still speak, remember, live? Now he lives quietly with his wife. Walks with a cane. Writes books. Drinks coffee on the porch. Watches old films. And smiles. I did everything I could. The rest I leave to life. He's not a hero. Not a saint. He's a man who refused to give up even when he had nothing left.